Hello all, it is I, Tesseracted Tales, or TOT for short, and I would like to ask everybody a question, a very deep personal one, which ties into my book. You see, working on this book taught me something. It made me ask a couple questions, like, what do I desire? What do I want? What do I need? What is it that I want above all? You know what my answer was? And this book is here to help you with that. I want evidence. Now, there's no crimes I need to be solved. I don't call Scooby Doo and the gang to help me out or anything, but I want evidence. I see a lot of illusions and narratives breaking these days, slowly, but surely, hopefully disappearing one day and never coming back from the annals of history. Down the tapestry of time, it gets scrubbed. I won't go into those ones I don't really like. That's a topic for another day if asked. But I want evidence. I want to know that I can do something, that I've done something. Because you can't argue with evidence. It's like saying you got the receipts, which, in my opinion, are the four worst, most dangerous four words in the English language, honestly. Because you can argue with a lot of things. You can't argue with evidence. At least evidence that's just pristine, airtight, no room to squirm, no alibi. Just straight evidence and facts. Because we can't, I don't think we can go on as we are. A lot of people, and I've fallen victim to this too, I'm not above it, have fallen into the depths of their delusions, which I believe delusions are born out of despair. Which again, go over the book. And it's just like, why? Can't we? Times are tough. Times have been tough for a while now. Ever since I got out of college. Which, in my opinion, college tries to fit everybody in a bubble. And even then, my college experience wasn't super great. I had some times that really just, ugh, got stories. But I don't want to share them here. But I always try to firm grasp reality. Like, I remember growing up like, oh, pick any degree you want, money will follow, which is the biggest lie. Like, honestly, the biggest lie I've ever heard. Not not everybody should succeed. Not everybody should be pushed to either. And success, victory, these are all very nebulous, very abstract terms. Like, what I think is a win or a loss would be completely different to somebody else who is a win or a loss. Okay? And if you learn, you don't really lose, in my opinion. If you learn, if you grow from it. And this is me owning my desire, further enlightenment, because you can't buy that. You can't trade it. It comes from loss, which my book went over a lot. I try to channel my inner sadness and transmute it to something better, something greater than just me being sad and bored. And I think we're all capable of that if we just try to look a little deeper. And to know everything about yourself, I think that's an endless journey that will never, ever stop. Self improvement, self actualization, self realization. And I made this book and this channel with one objective: not to manipulate, not to radicalize, and not try to make a cult personality. I want resonance. I want to help you achieve your goals, or help you to get some ideas of what you want. Because I don't know about you guys, but my desire for a lot of things has been dead for a long time. And I'm burned out, as are a lot of people. You can see it all the time. Them on social media screaming, yelling, and I resonate a lot with their images. We're getting these voices here. We're all howling together. We're all forming up around this idea because you can't fight an idea. You really can't. Okay? They don't sleep. They don't eat. They don't breathe. They don't get tired. They don't miss. You can't fight an idea. They're immortal, invincible. And some people have ideas that are better or worse than others, but that's up to a lot of different viewpoints and perspectives. And my idea is that I will not let anything get between me and the path for further knowledge. I'm never going to let me do that. You get in my way about getting further knowledge, I won't. I won't let it slide. I'm always that guy that asks questions. And that's the one thing a lot of people don't want to do is ask a question. I'm getting to the point in my life where I don't care what the answer is anymore for most of my questions. I will honestly admit that. Like about a good 70% of my questions that have been eating at me, gnawing at me, trying to eat me from the inside out, I've always just want to know the answer. What is the answer? I want it answered. And it's like, oh, if I don't like it, well, I don't think about that. I don't like a lot of answers, I know. I really don't. But that's fine. I can respect that. At least I learned. At least I asked a question. Because again, there's two very bad words I never want to be heard about. I don't wonder what if. Longing can drive a person insane. It's insidious and slow to a slow drip of desperation that wipes you out from the inside. And some people are so broken, so beaten down, they don't want to ask questions. They'd rather numb it through a cacophony of many ways of just making sure they're not able to question. And I see a lot of people going against that. I'm very happy. Okay? There's been a few events in my life that made me a little skeptical, we'll say that, of things when people say stuff or do things. And I'm tired of talking. Talking in words should be the start. Communication is both the lock and the key. The key should be made to go forward, to answer. And if we don't, it'll lock us in place. Like, I wonder if I can do this and that. And I don't crap on people's dreams. I dump on their delusions. Just telling people they can do whatever they want, all that. It's like, well, look where that's got us. Like, in America at least, look where that got us. Look where it got me. I have degrees in the STEM fields, in the health fields. And again, they're not prestigious. They're not amazing. They're nowhere near as hard as being an engineer. I'm not that great with math. I'm going to admit that right now. And yeah, I feel very, I guess, slighted and disillusioned, as I think a lot of us are. In a world where we live where, oh, you have experience, but they're kicking out workers that have been there for decades? What, what's going on here? What's really happening? And again, I'm just tired of it. I'm really sick and tired of it. And again, I'm resonating with a lot of people. Our stories are propelling us to move, to go forward. I couldn't be happier. Change is happening in so many ways. And change is inevitable. Nothing lasts forever. That's honey, but that's like the one thing, I guess. But still, I want us to question together. We're howling. We're looking for something. And my second look, Don't Become Prey, is where you get that. You get the courage. You roar, you howl from the heart to roar from your soul outwards. I'm tired of being quiet. Whatever I do in this booth, even if I whisper it, will be loud. That's my goal. I'm so sick of silence. I'm so sick of being invalidated and like, oh, your problems don't matter. Okay, fine. Fine, but look where that got us. Look around, people. I want you to do that and just think. And if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not going to think any less of you. I'm just offering the option. You do what you want, to each their own, but I can't stop thinking. That's the one biggest lie I've ever told anybody, is that my brain stops. It doesn't. It's quite scary, actually. Inspiration, creativity, whatever have you, just pops in my brain. Like from a different dimension or a pocket in my brain or my soul, coming outwards, trying to tell me something. Like that feeling of uncanny valley in my heart and my soul is coming outwards. Like something's just not right. It's too good to be true. It usually is. That's what my brain's telling me. And I got that from a lot of heartache and pain and inner self-inspection, which I have a little gift I'm going to give everybody. I'm going to read a chapter from this book in my next video. One I've been referencing a lot, and one that's also on my audiobook. It's the first 5 minutes of it, but I'm going to read it all so we get an idea of my thought process. And again, I'm trying to make a second edition of my book. So, I wouldn't buy it right now. It's got way too many typos. And again, it's my first book, and it reads like it, which is fair, but I want to make sure I give you the best product, the best experience. So I say to choose excellence and pursue it. How can I do that if I don't do it myself? How can I tell you to do that? I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't. I'm not blind to so many things. I don't want anybody else either, but just, I don't know. I'm tired of covering everything up, keeping my head in the sand. I'm done. I hope a lot of us are too. I hope we can change, because I think the world is getting to a point where we can't really depend on a lot of things that isn't ourselves. It's funny, isn't it? The cycle of life. You start as an individual, then you move into groups, then you get into institutions. And each one of those has a different evolutionary path, in my opinion, which I will cover later. I call it the three conflicts: the one of self, of others, and institutions, and what they all mean. And how I try to relate that to my writing, to my message, that you are enough, that you can do it, how you really don't need anything outside yourself to find happiness and joy and satisfaction. You shouldn't have to. You're enough. I want you to know that. Have a nice day. Call me if you want to.